boyfriend, 26M, won't stop tickling me, 24F, and I hate it with a passion. By won't stop I mean during the act, not that he does it continuously. He actually does it very rarely, but despite the fact I thoroughly explained how much I hate it, every once in a while something gets to him and he starts tickling me. I really don't like being tickled. If I try to escape, he pins me down, which by itself is a thing I can't stand. No matter how much I yell at him to stop, I've resorted to hitting him trying to get away. He has a perfect understanding of boundaries in literally any other situation and never otherwise uses force on me. It doesn't seem to be sexual in any way either. It's never in sexual situations, nor he's never shown arousal or tried to initiate sex after doing it. If I approach him about the issue and calmly explain why it drives me off the wall, he says he can't control himself in this instance and doesn't know why. What the fudge am I supposed to do? We've been together 6 years and it happens seldom enough not to overshadow all the rest of the time we spend together, which is usually lovely. He says he's sad that I react badly because when he would do that at the start of our relationship I would laugh. Truly I just put up with it more because the relationship was new and he simply wasn't as insistent. That didn't last long though. What is his problem? Only thing I was able to get him to tell me is that his father used to do that to him a lot when he was little, and that he hated it. He has a good relationship with his father. So why does he do this to me? TL, doctor, my boyfriend tickles me, I hate being tickled. There was a neat article on that this summer, and they noted that 1/3 of people found tickling to be torture. It also explains how the brain and body react when tickled, and notes that people who hate it involuntarily respond the same way as people who enjoy it. So if you want to try and change his behavior, maybe send him that link and tell him that next time he does it, you're out the door. TBH, I wouldn't put up with that, though. I hate being tickled, and it would be an instant deal breaker for me if someone did it to me while knowing how much I hate it and despite being told to stop. That's just a clear violation of your boundaries and bodily autonomy. I get doing it to a partner once, because you think they'll like it, and then being told to stop, but this has been going on for 6 years. And the fact that he apparently hated being tickled as a child, yet insists on doing it to you now, is very concerning. If he knows it feels bad to you, and he has felt that way himself before, then it's like he's actually trying to hurt you, isn't it? Like he intentionally is making you feel bad. So he gets random, uncontrollable urges to pin you down and do something to you that you don't want, to the point of having to be kicked to stop. He says he's sad that I react badly because when he would do that at the start of our relationship I would laugh. People change. I assume that at the start of the relationship he was either not as rough, or would stop when you asked him to. If he is sad that you react badly, why does he keep doing it? Is he trying to train you to like it? Like, if I break down her will, she'll finally stop fighting back against this. Just ask him point blank, when you are both calm, why do you keep doing this if you know I hate it? Why do you say that you can't control yourself? Is it something I should be worried about? Because I kind of am. When he says he can't control it, he's lying. Does he do that to his boss? Does he do that to you when you're in a bank or a restaurant? If the answer is no, he can clearly control his tickling urges, he just chooses not to. Don't buy into this BS excuse. You're allowed to have boundaries and decide how and when your body is touched. Tell him very seriously that the tickling will stop now, and you will not tolerate that any longer. Reframe it. He's touching you in a way you don't like, says he can't control it, and won't stop. It's not harmless, and he hated when it was done to him. Set a boundary that he never do it again, and stick to it. Why am I so jealous? My boyfriend, M23, and I, F21, have been together for 3 years and everything has been honestly wonderful. The only issue is that I'm absolutely psychotic for some reason about other girls. I hide nervousness when he gets a text. I always think he likes his one single ex from 8 years ago. He's really smart, so I always feel like he could get away with cheating. But the dude doesn't even have a password on his phone, is with me and talks to me all the time, and would never cheat. So WTF is wrong with me? Why am I psycho? How TF do I stop? TLDR, I'm psychotic about my BF cheating for no reason. Why? All this. You should be thinking he would be a fool to cheat on me, not obsessing about the possibility he might do it. 'Tis about your self-worth. Do you fear being alone? If my BF were to cheat on me, I would think good riddance, idiot. But that's because, however he enhances my life, and he really does, I absolutely love him to pieces. Essentially, I'm pretty independent and have other things to focus on. As wonderful as it is to feel loved by someone, I don't rely on anyone else for my worth. These things stem from your relationship with yourself. People who are secure and confident in who they are, and people who love themselves for who they are, don't seem to have these issues nearly as often. Work on how you feel about yourself. Therapy is a great idea. When you feel good about who you are, then you won't constantly worry about him finding someone better, because you'll know your worth and you'll understand that he chooses you. Okay. Low self-esteem. Go do things in your life that make you feel good about yourself. You'll worry less about your boyfriend. People who think they're the shit don't worry about randos stealing their partners. Are you the kind of person / have you ever cheated? I was thinking that too. My exes who cheated on me were so insecure and always wanted to know who I was talking to or where I was at. I've been there. What fixed it for me was getting cheated on twice. It sucked. I drank a lot and cried, and I hated women for a few months. And then I emerged and realized that a relationship isn't actually all that important to who I am. There's other people out there, really cool ones with great butts, and the fact that one person was a delinquent doesn't really mean anything. We have a tendency to romanticize romance. I bet you think he's the only one for you, that your relationship is special, that you're gonna spend your whole lives together, right? Of course you're nervous when that's what you're thinking. He has the trigger to a nuclear bomb which can destroy everything. How could possibly ever trust someone enough to deal with that? You need to take a step back and realize that you're an independent person with 70 years left on the clock. You'll live in different places, you'll raise a family, you'll make friends, you'll have different jobs, you'll see a bunch of shitty films and listen to a lot of great music, and this relationships is one tiny part of all that. An important one, for sure. One which requires commitment and hard work, sure. But one which can be lost without the world ending. Once you accept this, you can take a deep breath and be a bit more objective about your partner. You can stop acting out of panic and start evaluating. Where are your boundaries? What relationships are you actually worried about? What does he actually say and do? Get a notepad and start keeping a note of all the times you feel insecure, what you're worried is happening, how you respond, and what the final outcome was. All of them will seem ridiculous in retrospect. Finally, it's okay to ask for help. Therapy is great, but you can also communicate all this to your boyfriend. You have to take responsibility for this, but he can support you. BF, 28, does not want me, 24, to hang out with his friend even though I am staying at his flat. So basically my BF, 28, spends a lot of time with his two best friends, more time than with me. Last night I slept at his place and we said that I am staying at his place until tomorrow. Now he told me his friends are coming over tonight. I told him that's completely fine and what we want to do. He then basically said something along the lines of, why don't you play online with your friends cause the boys and I can't talk as we can when you are around. So he told me to just stay in the bedroom play games so I won't bother them. I feel pretty hurt and also embarrassed for myself that they basically don't want me there. He told me that it's not appropriate to be sad about it. I just don't get why I am even here and why we spend so little time together. Also contemplating about going home now. Too long didn't read. My BF does not want me to hang out with his friends and I feel sad about it. When someone tells you it's not appropriate to feel bad about something, that is your invitation to leave. Nobody gets to tell you how you should feel about anything. Sorry to be blunt, but he wants you to be there so you can have sex after his friends leave. It doesn't seem like he values quality time with you much, unfortunately. I think you should go home. Why don't you play online with your friends, cause the boys and I can't talk as we can when you are around. Translation: I turn into a raging asshole when I'm around my friends and I don't want you finding out. He also apparently cannot find any time to spend with you, and when he does he feels entitled enough to change plans on you last minute. Not cool. I'd go home and don't go back. You deserve better than this. I would go home. What he's asking is ridiculous and a 28-year-old should know better. Don't feel embarrassed, don't make a big drama about it, just say that you've got stuff to do and you're going home. If he asks why, you can respond with a simple statement of the facts. I came here to hang out with you, and since you don't want to hang out with me, I'd rather be at home. If he lacks too emotional intelligence to figure out that he screwed up when that happens, consider hard if you really want to be dating him. Dude, WTF. Not okay in any way, TBH. Go home emo. I would definitely go home in the situation. Fuck that guy. If he doesn't want me to hang out with him and his friends, then don't invite them over while I'm there. Invite them over and tell me to stay out of sight. Fuck that noise.